Over the past decade, a tremendous amount of research and experience has shed light on new ways of achieving a wide range of business objectives, and it has enabled some of the world's most prominent organizations to do so. Would you like to increase sales revenue, improve the customer experience, or possibly eliminate unnecessary work and process waste? How about reducing unwanted turnover and absenteeism, or maybe enhancing process efficiency? Would you like to improve team productivity, or maybe reduce your costs and increase profits? All of these goals and more can be accomplished through the emerging field of enterprise engagement, which is a new way of achieving goals through people in a measurable way. Let's consider a few facts. Approximately 70% of the United States workforce is disengaged, and over 20% of the disengaged are actively disengaged, the naysayers, sources of negativity, workplace frustration, and more. And based on professional surveys from Gallup and others, there is much to be gained by increasing the percentage of engaged workers. They tell us that if we could increase that percentage from the current 30% to a more advantageous level of 60%, it would enable U.S. businesses to save over $250 billion per year. That's right, $250 billion. Think of the vast opportunities for improvement, of how much more productive we could be, how much greater the quality of work life could be, how we could enjoy a significant competitive edge. In fact, the data tells us that organizations documenting high workforce engagement experience 25 to 65% less overall attrition, which is defined as a wearing down or weakening, especially as a result of continuous pressure. These organizations also enjoy 50% higher profits, 43% higher productivity, and a whopping 87% less employee turnover. Along similar lines, they are 7 times less likely to have a lost time accident and enjoy a 14% stock premium. Possibly you're familiar with the ECSI. The Engaged Company Stock Index, or ECSI, consists of 45 companies with high engagement scores. And over a 15-month period ending in December of 2014, they outperformed the companies comprising the S&P 500. And they did so by more than 22%. Now, looking in the opposite direction, let's consider the impact of disengaged workers. As you may well be aware, disengaged employees take more sick days. They come in late more often, and they generally undermine the work. They frequently disappoint customers, and not necessarily by failing to do their work, but more by the way they go about doing it. And equally as troubling, they have a negative impact on the rest of the team. Because of the actively disengaged, work-related frustration grows and workplace morale goes down. Quality suffers and costs go up. But surprisingly, there's more. As important as employee engagement is, as evidenced by these troubling statistics, there's even more that can be improved. To begin, traditional attempts at employee engagement have not been effective, and a great deal of money and effort has been wasted on attempts to make people happier or to give extra perks and token gifts. And as it turns out, a happy workforce is not necessarily a more productive one, and the effects of token gifts tend to wear off very quickly. So, back to the question, is employee engagement enough? Well, only if it addresses the right things, only if it is well planned, consistent, and all-encompassing. Consider that when we go beyond engaging our workforce and go on to engage our suppliers, our strategic partners, and of course our customers, it is then that we have achieved true enterprise engagement, and it is then that we significantly increase our organization's competitive advantage and that we have solidified our position as both an employer and a supplier of choice. So let's talk about how we can accomplish this. First, it's important to recognize that as a certified engagement practitioner agency, our methodology is based on a formal engagement framework. This framework has been developed with input from over 100 practitioners and is fully supported by the Enterprise Engagement Alliance. Equally as important, this approach to enterprise engagement is not, let me repeat, not a cost center, but rather a profit center. The Alliance's entire approach is based upon your generating a tangible, measurable return on investment. Pretty good, wouldn't you say? So let's review the 10-step process that will help you achieve this new level of success. First, we must develop realistic, achievable, and measurable goals. We must assess people and the entire playing field and determine the right place to start, the right objectives. In some cases, possibly most, this will involve focusing on employee and customer engagement first. But of course, and as I'm sure you know, every situation is different. Next, we identify the best opportunities for improvement and for goal achievement, and also weigh potential roadblocks or obstacles. Now that we're fully informed, we can create a formal engagement business plan. This plan will be an ongoing, living, breathing thing, and our success will also require an integrated communication plan so that all constituents are keenly aware of our objectives as well as our progress, and equally as important, aware of their role and the related benefits enjoyed by all stakeholders. This might involve education, coaching, recognition, and rewarding those who demonstrate desired behaviors. And it might also include proactive team building, employee and customer surveys, and many other feedback loops. And it will also require committed and engaged leadership. As people become more involved in improving the workplace, they must feel comfortable making suggestions, seeking better ways of doing their jobs, and identifying new and innovative ways of satisfying customers. Amnesty is a must, as is staying the course. Enterprise engagement becomes a way of doing business, a culture as opposed to a one-time or short-term project. It is only then that we can optimize our return on investment, as our organization thrives as both a supplier of choice and an employer of choice, and as we continue to find new and innovative ways to continually improve, to enjoy accelerated revenue growth and profitability, to enjoy providing an exceptional customer experience, a more productive work environment with higher levels of morale and lower levels of unwanted turnover, so that we're working on higher level, better things. The first steps are to assess your situation and set the right goals, and to create your customized engagement business plan. You can begin by downloading the free white paper from our website, or by contacting us if you'd like us to help you jumpstart your enterprise engagement plan.